G'day everyone, thanks for joining me here today. I'm out at a local wildlife reserve, I guess you could say, about the only option that I have available to me in these lockdown times. I've found myself a nice quiet spot. I'm social distancing, I'm sticking to the law, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my mindset of late, about why I'm going to be doing what I'm going to be doing. It'll make more sense as the video progresses, but for now, sit back, relax, grab a drink and enjoy. This is Paranormal Encrypted Adventures. I've been doing this Yowie stuff for not very long. When I first started it, I kind of stumbled into it and was just fascinated by it. I watched a lot of people on YouTube, and I listened to podcasts, and I read books and all that kind of stuff. And I came to realize that my approach to it is changing. I've kind of had a complete revelation, and I've been sitting on it for a couple of weeks now. I've hinted about it here and there in the comments and talking to people, but I think I'm going to start approaching the channel in a very, very different way. So here's the breakdown, the main things that I'm going to change about my channel, bullet points. I'm not going to do any wood knocks. No wood knocks at all. I'm going to put a timeout on them for the time being. We don't know what a wood knock is really saying to a Yowie. We all have theories, but who knows what we're communicating. Could be something disrespectful, I don't know. Could be aggression. Could be friendship. Who knows what we're doing, so I'm not doing wood knocks. I'm not going to do any mock calls. I'm not going to play calls to them. I'm not going to make calls to them. Again, I don't know what I'm saying, right? I don't know what that means. So therefore, why do something that's not known? And I'm also not going to go out chasing them at night with cameras and torches. I'm not going to do any pursuit, so to speak, no pursuit. So these are the main three things that will change about the channel. But why? I mean, let's discuss the why. You watch a lot of guys on YouTube, and everyone seems to take a very similar approach to it. We go out to what we would consider to be a hot spot, and we investigate, and maybe we set up camp, maybe we don't, maybe we build a camp, maybe we don't. But we wait to hear something. When we hear something, we take our torches and we take our cameras and we go and walk to the source to investigate. As any good detective should do, they should investigate. It's the scene of the crime, right? But the more I learn and the more my brain engages with this topic and I get to know it a little bit more intimately, I guess you could say, I'm starting to realize that I don't believe for me that that's the best approach. As I examine my sources and where I'm getting my information, if I'm being really honest with the process and with myself, then I don't know if following the trends is necessarily the best way to do it. If we take in all the information we have about Yowies, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, etc., then I think what you find is that they excel in the camouflage, in the stealth, in the not being seen. You're in their domain. This is their home, this is their home ground, this is their turf, right? So why would we try and outsmart them in their own homes? You know what I mean? Instead, I think we need to let them be in control of the situation. We've got to give our ego and our control away. We have to be able to say, I'm not in control in this environment. I'm willing to let you take the lead. And my approach to my research is going to be that I'm going to let them take the lead a lot more. In other words, no longer, if I hear a noise in the darkness or whatever, am I going to go seeking that noise. I'm not going to go out there with a torch. I'm not going to go out there with a camera. I'm not going to go out there at all. Why? Why, I hear you ask, why would I not go out there? They are doing something when they're doing that to us, right? They are observing us, which means that they're getting comfortable with our presence enough to come and observe us. If I go then almost aggressively approaching them and impinging on their space, do we really think that's a smart energy or a smart intent or a smart signal to give them? No, it's not. It's almost disrespecting them in their homes. You could definitely see it that way. So instead, if I hear something, I'm going to sit still. I'm not going to move a muscle. I'm going to try and act like I didn't even notice it. And you know why I'm going to do that? I want them to be able to build their curiosity of me and trust me. I want them to be able to feel like they can observe me and get a little bit closer and get a little bit closer and get a little bit closer without me running up into them and getting in their space and getting in their face. I'm a firm believer that you only see them if they allow you to see them. You may get lucky, as people do, you know, but generally if you want a genuine interaction, they ain't going to show themselves to you unless it's almost like you earn the trust. It's almost like you become predictable to them. You become stable to them. It's not like you're this wild, unpredictable thing that's just going to not know whether it's coming or going or get excited. They don't see us when we're sitting down chilling. They only see us, technically, if you're thinking about it, they only see us in a heightened state where we're running around, oh, there's a yowie, there's a yowie. They wouldn't really see us in a normal time just sitting around the campfire chilling out. Oh, actually, they would. They observe us, definitely. But I think you know what I'm trying to get at. It's like a cop sees people in their worst moment all the time. A teacher sees kids, you know, in a place they don't want to be most of the time. I think you get what I mean. So they see us in a heightened state a lot of the time. So I'm going to respect their boundaries and I'm going to stay still, and I'm not going to approach them. I'm going to let them observe me. And the theory is that they'll get more comfortable with my presence and then be able to come right up to me and not feel threatened at all. I'm convinced that the only reason they even seem aggressive is mainly because they are defending their space. Could even be defending their sacred space, their land, their territory, their sacred grounds. Could be that. So of course they're going to act aggressively if you're on their sacred grounds. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't think they're aggressive species by nature. I think they're curious, intelligent, wise, maybe even compassionate, because they don't hurt people. Have you ever stopped to think about that? They don't hurt people. They throw rocks, they throw sticks, they yell, they scream, they jump around, they scare people. But how many people have you heard got directly injured by one of these things? I mean, that could be an indication that they don't exist too. So I think it's really, really important that everyone understands why I'm taking that approach. That's why I took my time to explain it. So what you'll see a lot of is if in the middle of the night, you might start seeing recordings from me where I'm not really saying anything or doing anything. And at that point, you might think, why isn't he getting up? Why isn't he moving? Why isn't he going again? Well, now you know why. The whole thrust of my channel will be to build natural curiosity, trust, predictability, and an understanding that I respect them in their space. Once this foundation is laid, then things like the gifting tree, then things like the clapsticks, they're going to really come into their own. And other ideas that I have that I haven't touched on yet in the channel, I've got other ideas, then they're going to come into their own, and they're going to see this guy, the guy being me, as a predictable, trustworthy, good energy, good intentioned person that's no threat to them. And maybe, just maybe, then they'll think, I can see him. I think it's really important that I take a different approach to it. A, because I want to, and that's just kind of the personality I am. I always tend to go against the grain. It's just kind of me. But two, if everyone's out there trying the same things, and there's nothing wrong with those things, going out there with a torch has gotten results. We've all seen footage of people who have gone, you know, amongst the bush looking with the torch and they cop something, they find something. Like, that absolutely has value. But I just think for me, I think I'm going to go the more road less traveled option, I think is what you would call it. So I'm going to approach it my way, and it's either going to be a great success or a great failure. But there's a major piece to this puzzle that I'm not going to talk about in this video as well. There was a major event, I guess you could say, that happened to me. And it wasn't an event, a physical thing, it happened in here. I was talking to a friend, texting or emailing, one of the two, something like that, I don't know, messaging, I don't know. And that friend, we were just talking, and something came to me while I was talking to him. And it's a little thing, but it's a big thing. But I'm going to save it for the next video, because heck, we're all on lockdown. We're all in self-quarantine, and you know what they say? When life gives you quarantine, make quaranade. So I'll save that little insight for the next video, and I'll hope that you guys will join me then. Let me know what you think about this new approach the channel's going to take. I think it's important. I think it's an important change, and I think it will somewhat define our style of research here. When I say our, I mean you and me. I think it will kind of define my style of research. And that I'm very proactive, but I'm also going to allow them to observe and respect their space. Alright, Thanks for watching. I hope your lockdowns are doing well. I'm on school holidays at the moment as a school teacher, so obviously as a school teacher, essential services, I'm still working. But it's still a strange old world out there. I'm not quite as locked down as others, though I have to do the whole online learning and transition to that, which is interesting in itself. It might almost be better without the kids to have to classroom behaviour manage. It's got its benefits. Anyway, I hope you're staying safe and staying sane, and that all your family's happy and healthy. Stay away from people, do the right thing, and until next time, where I kind of continue this story, bye from me. See you, dudes.